Good afternoon to everybody, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. Mr. Chair, I think I would have to make a couple of confessions before starting my presentation here. Quite frankly, I was preparing my presentation for somewhere about between 10 to 12 minutes. Now with your instruction, I had to hurriedly go through it and try to cut some parts so that I would not exceed the time allocation. And the second confession is that according to your guidance, with due respect, I shall be talking about security and different aspects of it, theoretically and otherwise, but it is more inclined toward the situation and security in my part of the world, where I'm coming from. So I would seek your indulgence for this, a bit of deviation, but altogether it's about security, which is very dear and important to all of us. Yes, in the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful, I'll just go through it without getting to the, I certainly would like to register my gratitude and appreciation to the organizing, the Indian Foundation and Diplomatic Academy of Vietnam for organizing this successful and convening of the Third Indian Ocean Conference. Just to start with, I think I would just touch upon a few theoretical issues or conceptual matters as far as the term security is concerned. According to just consulting with this International Relations Dictionary, I run across this simple definition which calls national security is a situation in which a nation lives on free of free of threat of losing all or part of its population, belongings, or its territory. In the international relations literature, Dr. Behzadi, who is one of the thinkers, Iranian scientist, sure, it's okay. Right. Writes, security often implies a sense of freedom to pursue national goals and absence of serious external fear of threat against basic and vital interests of a country. Richard Cooper, a conservative British politician, however, is of the view that security is the might of a society in preserving and utilization of its culture and values. He believes security has two aspects, objective conditions and the subjective impressions. The objective conditions are inclusive of physical factors and a situation which determines the least necessities. Likewise, the subjective impressions are mental phenomena which might even exist despite the existence of the objective conditions. Barry Buzan, professor of international relations at London School of Economics, says, though conceptually national security is feeble and by definition vague, but politically has remained powerful because it leaves the road open for presenting the strategies of political military elites' expansion of power. And in light of the above definitions, it appears that despite the absence of an agreement among the respective thinkers with regards to the definition of security, conclusion can nevertheless be drawn that vital values, interest, threats, ambiguity constitute invariantly recurring and repeated factors. Now, securement of national security constitute one of the highest priorities in national and regional policy of our Islamic system. Some indicators of which includes political independence, preserving of territorial integrity, political stability, social coherence, economic welfare. National security refers to the necessities which preserves the survival of national government through utilization of political might, army, and so on and so forth. National security is about achieving a reliable degree of security at national and international level. From this perspective, only a country capable of responding to its various economic, social, cultural necessities at the internal arena and enjoying an appropriate position externally, not for a short period, but in long term may enjoy sustainable security. There are two basic frameworks for describing national security in globalization processes. The internal framework in which the sovereignty of a state will be questioned, and the exterior framework in which the independence of a state will be challenged vis-à-vis global mutual dependence. Furthermore, security, human rights, dignity, equality, democracy, peace, and sustainable development are interdependent and mutually reinforcing. If I want to just turn quickly to status of the security in my own country, Iran, I would underline that the most prominent feature and dimensions for the national security of Iran as a major regional player, a prominent member of Indian Ocean Dream, and anchor of peace, security, and stability in the geostrategic, geopolitical region of Persian Gulf and Middle East are composed of individual and collective security, social, economic, political, judicial, cultural, defense, boundary, and regional security. Now, I believe Third Indian Ocean Conference is held at a time when Asia is going through one of its most difficult periods. Violent extremisms which embroiled our region in one of its most tumultuous periods of its history is on decline. Daesh, as the most petrifying representative of this scourge, is militarily suppressed, its self-proclaimed and false caliphate destroyed, and territory under its control occupied through boundless violence and terror liberated. In the past 6 years, people and government of Iraq, Syria heroically resisted the violent extremists and extremist group, especially Daesh, and achieved major victories. Iran is proud to have had a decisive role in this heroic fight. I'm just getting the first notice, and probably is the last one, so I'll just have to go to what can be done. Just touching on the title, as the time allows me, current realities, despite the crippling defeats inflicted upon Daesh and other terrorist groups in the past 1 to 2 years, and the collapse of false caliphate project and the destruction of the military administrative apparatus of Daesh, the terror system is, however, still at work. Respect for national frontiers and nation-state system undermined by terrorist group and Takfiri ideologies should be restored as a matter of priority. Preserving national coherence, okay, I shall respect the notice given to me by the chair. If I may just go to the last paragraph of the conclusion. Yes. Well, I really hope that, yes, the principle of constructive interaction with the world based on rationality and moderation, which involves constructive dialogue, participation, and cooperation on the basis of common interest and mutual respect, as well as win-win pattern in the interaction with others, has found foundation of President Rouhani foreign policy. The nuclear deal is a product of this foreign policy. And as the first step toward new paradigm of security networking in the strong and stable region, Islamic Republic of Iran proposed to create a regional dialogue forum in the Persian Gulf right after the conclusion of JCPOA. This forum can be used as an instrument for helping organize and advance dialogue. I certainly do hope that discussions in the Third Indian Ocean Conference would serve as an important step towards generation of renewed momentum for promotion and safeguarding of security through collective and concrete endeavors in the fight against extremism and other causes detrimental to security development and prosperity at international, regional, and national levels. I also hope this conference can contribute to collective thinking and actions for creating and advancing new conceptual paradigm for security in Indian Ocean region. And I thank you.